Hello, English language learners. Hope you're having a great day. We're here to use and learn English. We want to practice English, and we're going to use an article about Chinese New Year's. Let's get this article here. This is from the CNN website, and what we want to do is we're just going to look at some examples of how we can use the article. We'd have to go through the whole article, but we're just going to look at part of the article and how we can use some of the language and grammar to practice some English and hopefully to learn some English. But the encouragement is for you to go and do this yourself. Maybe follow on with this article or some other article. I will put the link in the description below. But the point is for you not just to watch the video and then go, okay. The point is for you to go and then look at your own articles, and try and do the same sorts of examples with that. I've got my tongue tied and twisted there. So let's have a look here. So we can see the headline here: Chinese zodiac fortune predictions. What's in store for the year of the dragon? Okay, now, as we always can, we can, if we see something that's interesting, so say, for example, we go, what's in store? What's in store? If we think that's an interesting bit of vocabulary that we might be able to use, we can take a note of that, of course. And here we go and say, well, what's in store? But we can also write down the for something. What's in store for something? So we're going to get that down. So what's in store for? And then we can also make a note that there's a noun afterwards. So what's in store for you? What's in store for us? What's in store for the business? What's in store for the TV show? Whatever it may be. Now, the question is, so what does that mean then? That's something for you then to go and look up. When you have your vocabulary list, you should always try and prioritize it then of what's important for you. So when you find out what it means, then you go, okay, do I really need to know this? Is this just something that's going to be in this particular article? Or is this something that I actually need to learn because maybe I need to use it regularly, or maybe I need to speak with some friends or colleagues or something or someone about it. So you need to decide if this is important for you to learn. But this is just the headline. But the point is to make some notes of any vocabulary you think is interesting, and then to prioritize it. So search for it, look for what it means, and then prioritize it. Now you're thinking, Chris, this is an educational video. Why aren't you telling me what it means? Because I know if it's important for you, you can look for it. How I know it's a bit tricky sometimes, but the point is that we want you to go and do it. I can't learn for you, of course. This is the thing. So we want you to go and do it. But hopefully, we can see what it means. If you don't know what it means, you don't always have to go running straight to the dictionary. You can have a look through the rest of the story or the article to see if you could figure out what it means. So what could it mean? So what's in store for the year of the dragon? So now, because it's like a question, because of the headline, there's no question mark. That's an interesting thing as well to think about. Okay, so let's scan it. Actually, we're gonna change this into reading mode. That might be a bit easier to read. If you're using Chrome, at least, you might be able to use the reading mode, and that can be useful for you when you're checking or when you're reading through stories and that sort of thing. You don't have to. You can take away some of the pictures and advertisements and that sort of thing. So let's continue reading through this. So the first paragraph: put away those bunny ears and crank up the heat. It's time to say goodbye to the rabbit and enter the year of the dragon, the only mythical creature among the 12 Chinese zodiac signs. Okay. So obviously that whole paragraph is one one sentence. Now you can look here, your way you can look at this, you can look at a few things. You can say, okay, so this starts off with a verb, put away. Now this is like, these are imperatives. These are also phrasal verbs because it's giving us the instruction. We also have the combination there to create phrasal verbs. So put away, to put away something. Again, we could add this on our list, to put away and to crank up. So to put away something and to crank up something. So let's go to our list. Let me take that off. So to, where are we? So to put away, away something and to crank up something. Again, so we just want to add to our vocabulary list. And then again, like we said before, we then need to prioritize it if we think it's important when we find out the definitions. So where are we? So let's go back over here. Now it's time to say goodbye. It's time to say, that's like a song, isn't it? Isn't there a song that goes, it's time to say goodbye, I think is the song. But it's time to. Now this is an interesting combination as well. I'm going to add this to my list here. Where are we? Keep having to change off the motive, but it's time to. In this case, in verb. Oh, it's a verb. So it's time to verb. So again, we can have a look at that and see if that's important for us. In fact, let's have a look. Hold on for a second. Okay, so let's go here. So in fact, with this one, we're going to have a look. This is the Cambridge Dictionary online, and we're going to have a look here. So now we've searched for it's time. It's time, and it's given us some different things here. So it's telling us that we can use the expression "it's time" plus subject and past to refer to the present moment. Gosh, it's almost midnight. It's time we went home. That's not what we had. We had here it said it's time to say. So we want it's time and then the infinitive, the full infinitive. It's time to say goodbye. So let's see if we can find that here. And then we got, I say this is the second one here. So it's time with the verb in the to infinitive or the full infinitive form can refer to the speaker and listener together. So come on, it's time to start packing. We have to leave in 2 hours, or it's time we started packing. Well, there you go. So we got both forms there. So okay, so the way it's explaining it here is just saying that it's for both the speaker and the listener to do the action. So let's or whatever the activity is. So here, I guess we're saying, we'll change this back again here. So it's saying it's time for both the reader and the writer to say goodbye to the rabbit. So I guess when we're saying here the rabbit, we're talking about the year in the Chinese zodiac. So the year of the rabbit, and enter the year of the dragon. So we can sort of work out what that means. So goodbye to one year and as hello to the next year. The only mythical creature among the 12 Chinese zodiac signs. Now, it may be, for example, a word like among. You want to look at that and use that and go, oh, okay, that's interesting. Maybe I need to use among, and so on. All right. Okay, so this is basically all in present as well. So we're talking about, I guess, something in very much in general, and that's it's happening now, but in a general sense, in a factual sense. In addition to eating, so in addition to eating auspicious food. So in addition to, and then you have a noun phrase here. So in addition to you, in addition to the music, in addition to the food. So in this case, we're talking about an action of eating, or it could be the action, the other one they say is giving or receiving blessings. So in addition to eating auspicious food, what makes the food auspicious, I guess, could be the question. Again, that could be something you add to your vocabulary list. In addition to eating auspicious food and giving or receiving, I guess you probably do both. Lunar New Year, which falls on February 10 this year, is also a time for many to consult the stars and find out what's in store for the months to come. Okay, so what's in store? This is okay. So this is what we had right at the beginning. So what's in store? So when we consult the stars, and they talked about zodiac here as well. So perhaps if you're familiar with some of those words, we might know about sort of like the horoscope predicting the future. So what's in store could very well mean what's the prediction to happen in the future. And so again, we're using present for all of this, aren't we? Because we're just talking factual. So like here, for example, which falls on February 10 or February the 10th. Lunar New Year is a time for many to consult. Okay, and so on. So we're all using the present. And I guess when we're looking through this, we could always think, okay, why are they using those particular structures? So you can look at particular combinations. So like here we have in addition to, you look at that combination, say, okay, how can I use this? And then you try and use it, or you can just look at the grammar tense as such, or the vocabulary. It could be and or the vocabulary, whatever you think is important for you to practice. So most people know the basics. Again, present simple. The 12-year Chinese zodiac calendar cycle is represented by 12 different animals in this order: rat, ox, tiger, rabbit, dragon, snake, horse, goat, monkey, rooster, dog, and pig. Okay. Your zodiac animal is determined by your year of birth, meaning those born in 2024 will fall under the dragon sign. Those born in 2025 will be snakes, and so on. Again, there's some good vocabulary you could think about using here if it's important for you, and so on. You know, what situations can you use so on to continue a list? So they're giving us a list of 2024 and that sign, 2025, that sign, and to continue on with that. What's an alternative? Yes, exactly, etc., etc., etc. Okay, and of course there could be others as well. So here, yes, we see we have a mixture of passive construction as well, but still in present. But then we have will for the future, because now when this was written, so Chinese New Year is the February the 10th, and this was written, I don't see it in this mode, so let's see if we take that off. So this was written on the 9th of February. So this was written before Chinese New Year was actually happening. So obviously this is in the future. So it will, for anyone born in that year, the lunar year, I guess we'd say, will be a dragon if it's 2024, or will be a snake if it's 2025. Okay, so those are some things to think about. Now, what I want you then to think about, so this is, I guess, the introduction to the article, and you can continue reading on through the article. What I would suggest you do then, when you have some of this information, or when you have some of this vocabulary, try and use it then. So if you've got the vocabulary list, you try and prioritize it. If you've got some of the grammar that you want to practice, think about a story. Well, I guess you could do a few things. You could think of your own story. You could think about doing a summary of the article and using the vocabulary. You could see if there are any synonyms that you could use to help you as well with this, or to to express this. If you want to be able to paraphrase different pieces of information, you could write and prepare for yourself questions, or for yourself, or if you're practicing English with other people, of course. Write questions related to the article and inspired by the article. Now, here, of course, we're talking about an article in this situation. It could be anything. It could be if you're watching a TV show, a movie, listening to a podcast, anything, really. So you prepare questions where the answer can be in the article or the answer inspired by the article. And then if you don't have anyone else around you, you can practice that using your mobile phone, using the voice recorder on your mobile phone, recording your answer. For that, you can write out the answer. The really important thing is that we want you to produce English. Just reading the story, same as just by listening to this or watching this video, isn't really going to do much for you. You have to do something with it. Really, really important. You have to do something with it. So you have the questions and you try and answer the questions. You try and write an answer, say an answer, and so on. And that's why it's important that you have questions and answer both where they're, I guess, factual, or there's, like, generally speaking, one correct answer. So they could be in the article. And then other answers perhaps may be about opinion or experience or perspective that you can give. So you're thinking a little bit more freely in terms of the information you want to give. Or indeed, if you have, like, some of the expressions here, you're thinking, okay, how can I use some of these expressions when I'm giving some of my answers? Now, we don't want to just have, if I'm learning, for example, if I'm trying to use the expression to put away something, to put away the phone, to put away the sheets, to put away the rubbish, whatever it may be. You don't want to just say, for example, write sentences, like 20 sentences just with that. You want to try and have a story, some sort of context, and you add it in at the correct time. That's a bit more realistic, because we're not really going to say to put something away all the time. We're not going to say it 20 times in a row. That's not very common at all. It could happen, you never know. But generally speaking, it would be a very occasional thing. And when you want to practice, you want to try and have a story or a context and you add it in. And this is why we want to try and practice it over time. And when you're practicing, when you're focusing on a bit of vocabulary, you want to try and use it throughout the day. So you have various opportunities throughout the day or the week, whatever the time frame that you have and that you give yourself to practice that particular vocabulary. Okay, I've spoken here for longer than I wanted to. I'm going to try and bring these videos down a little bit in terms of time, because the main thing is we want you to take some little pieces from this and then practice them yourself. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know in the comments. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Anything, if you want to get in touch, you'll see the email running down the bottom there. But you can write to us on email, all that sort of stuff. Get in contact with us. We hope you're practicing English. Have a great day. Speak to you next time. Take care. Bye.